to Ghost Powered Entertainment. I'm your host, Kainan Becker, and today we talk about PG Psycho Goreman.
There's a new god in town, and his name? Psycho Goreman.
Alright, so PG Psycho Goreman is an absolute, just bonkers, crazy fucking horror movie that just was released streaming. And I had a lot of fun with this movie. But I definitely know that for a fact, this is not going to be for everyone. I think a lot of people will think it's bullshit and just think it's garbage. And then others will absolutely love it. It's basically the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers meets this crazy, psychotic, gory horror movie. And the two clash and become this movie. But it's very campy, very over the top, but it's also very aware of that. You can tell, and also in some interviews and stuff I've listened to about this, they were going for this. They wanted campy, they wanted schlocky, they were going for that 90s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers type of thing. And they succeeded, because in that regard, I feel like it's a blast, and it's a lot of fun. It's very gory in that 80s, 90s slasher type of way, which I also found to be extremely fun. To me, where this movie does drop off a little bit, bones to pick I have with it, is where the little girl who's basically your main character that everything kind of centers around, and PG Psycho Goreman basically has no choice but to listen to, she kind of gets to where you want to punch her in the face. She's very obnoxious, very annoying. We're talking like nails on a chalkboard. And I understood that they were going for that. They were going for over the top with her and all that. But I feel like it went too far. It went to the point where you just could not stand this little girl, didn't like her at all, but she's basically the main character in this, and you just kind of want her to die, but yet you're torn because she's kind of your main character, and it just becomes really obnoxious and really annoying, and she's very unlikable. But her brother, on the other hand, is very likable, and she's always bullying and always being really mean to him. And so you feel like there's going to be, at the end, this moment where she kind of turns around, she's like, I love you, brother, kind of thing. But there's never really that payoff. They kind of do something, and it just doesn't work very well. It falls pretty flat, and you're just kind of like, dude, I still can't stand that little girl. She didn't even really have a change of heart. She didn't even really have to say, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I don't know. I think they were kind of going for that. But like I said, she just is very obnoxious. And in that regard, the movie did kind of get on my nerves a little bit. But the character PG Psycho Goreman is just a blast. I love him. I love the special effects that were done with him. Just the overall way that he looks with like these bluish color and then these pinkish kind of veins that are always kind of flashing and changing colors. Like, I don't know. I just love the look of this movie. There's a lot of things to love here. It's definitely a movie that I feel like if you're a big horror fan, especially if you're one of these people who grew up in the 90s and appreciating that 90s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie Mortal Kombat, where there's like kind of shitty CGI, kind of bad costume design, but it's also kind of cool in a way. It's that kind of thing. And I feel like for people who like that era of movies and or grew up in that era of movies, I feel like this is a blast. It's just campy enough. It's just fun enough. But I feel like for a lot of people, this movie is going to be real hit and miss. Like some people, I think are going to get its kind of sense of humor, get that it's going for this Morphin Power Rangers awful costumes / coolness. Like, they're great costumes, but they're awful at the same time. I think there's going to be quite a few people that get that and enjoy gore and enjoy that campy quality about it, as well as that kind of sense of humor where it makes fun of itself in that way. But I feel like there's going to be just as many people, or more actually, that just don't like it. That just don't get that. They don't enjoy that campy quality about it. They don't enjoy the way the gore is just so over the top. I mean, everything in this movie is just so over the top, ridiculous. But I don't know. I'm one of those people that enjoy the fun of horror and enjoy fun, schlocky, campy things like this. So for me, it's right up my alley, and I just had a blast with it. But I also definitely recognize that not everyone is going to dig on this. But if you're someone who's into that kind of stuff, It's streaming right now on most your streaming platforms. So for $6 or whatever, I feel like it's definitely worth it. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you guys have seen it, and if so, what you thought of it. And that's going to do it for me today. Please hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell, because that is the best way to keep track of this channel. And when I post videos like this, and I post videos like this 3 times every week, I also want to give a huge thank you to all my patrons. Your support is so important to me, and I really appreciate you. And if you would like to find out more about becoming a patron, the link is down in the description. And like always, thank you so much for watching. Please crush that like button. And remember, guys, horror can be fun. I will see you next time.
It's nice meeting you.
It would be nicer if you were dead.
All right, bye.